Hey everyone. Gosh, I cannot wait to get rid of this thing. It is so itchy. Um, Hope you're all doing well today. We are finishing up our series on the Book of Confessions with, I'm going to be honest, like my least favorite one. And it's not really what it says, it's kind of just what it doesn't say, if that makes any sense. It's just kind of bland in my estimation. I know I'm just, one guy. Don't have too much of a stake in this thing, but I'm just going to say I think that this thing that's called the brief statement of faith is pretty bland, which is kind of crazy because it was written in like one of the most out of this world decades ever. This is from, see, I think it's from 1983. Yeah, 1983. So you're living in the 80s where like everything is crazy and over the top, and they release like a super bland statement. So I'm not going to read it. You can read it yourself. It is interesting. We'll probably read it in church at some point, and it's not like it's bad. It says everything in it is true. It's just like, it's kind of like a knockoff Nicene Creed almost. Sorry to anyone who wrote it that it's possibly listening. Sorry, General Assembly. But this was actually the most important thing about this document, and the reason why it's in here is because our denomination was actually put together and formed in 1983 when it was merged between a northern denomination and a southern denomination to form the Presbyterian Church United States of America, which is the church I grew up in. But if any of you were part of this church, maybe you remember the merge or something like that, or maybe you didn't. Maybe you didn't even know we merged, and it's just always been one kind of continual thing. But the reason it's important is because it's the most recent of all of our confessions that we have, and it continually reminds us that God accepts all people their from whatever sinful life that they are in to come into the church and continue working in it. And it really stresses how God cares about men and women equally, and how the triune spirit works through everything and everyone. And I think it's really good for those things. But the way it's all kind of phrased just kind of is like, it's kind of like a worse Nicene Creed. But it's still worth reading. So if you do want to read it, go ahead and read it. And it's definitely something that's worth thinking about. One of the things that they took great pain to do, and something that I really, really appreciate, is not so much the confession of faith, but if you read it, you'll actually see all these footnotes that they had where they have taken language from all the other confessions in it or from biblical verses. And that's the most cool thing to me, because I think what matters is that we root ourselves in our tradition as Presbyterians and also in the Word. And this does that extremely well. Big fan. So A+ for that. And they even give a lot of, there's like a little statement afterwards saying how they did all these things and why they think it's important. And I think that that's really, really good. So go ahead and read it. It's not long. It's 80 lines, but just to let you know, there's like 6 or 7 words in each line, so you're not looking at a lot of reading. So go ahead and take some time to read it. It's going to be linked in the description below. And now, if you've done that, and if you've read all the other ones, which I'm sure you have, even the super long ones, right, then you have finished our book of confessions, and you know, at least on paper, what the church believes regarding some things. So it's pretty good for that. I want to thank you for being with me on this journey, and we're going to start something new next week, because again, this thing kind of messed up my schedule because it had that extra one that I forgot to account for. So maybe I'll review movies or something the next few days. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you all tomorrow. Stay safe and healthy, and look forward to Easter this weekend, right? Resurrection Life. See you guys later.